Good evening, all. The lighting is horrible. Try my best to make it so that you can see me a little bit clearer. Um, I wanted to share an experience I had today. It's been a trying day, trying couple of days, weeks, and months, and I've been praying incessantly. I've been taking the actions necessary to live the life that I believe is the right way to live, which is in accordance to God. And that is never easy. But nothing in my life has been easy, anyways. Whatever. Might as well kick it this way. But I know, it's worth it. But when you do take the initiative to walk with God and follow the direction that is given to you and choose to accept Jesus as your personal savior and, continue to live in that path, things are going to get thrown at you. Different obstacles, family, friends, your significant other, if you have one or if you're trying to get one, everything is, you're going to be attacked by everyone and everything. The devil's busy. That's what he's supposed to do. That's his job. Sucks for us, but he loves it. He doesn't. He's in misery. But anyway, yeah. So I definitely had that experience today where something I wasn't expecting to happen happened. Words I weren't expecting to hear, I heard. And coming from the person's mouth, I would not have expected to come from. That's who it came from. And it was definitely a reality check for me to, it's time to it's time to be strict with myself and keep up with what I said. It's not going to be easy because I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to falter. So, it's about getting back up and keeping it real with myself. So, wasn't expecting it, but it still came my way. So, I'm very proud of myself and how I handled the situation. Knowing on how I used to handle situations, it could have been completely different. But I handled it with a lot of calmness, a lot of respect, a lot of poise, a lot of class. Ooh, a lot of class. I handled it a lot better than I thought I would. You know how you always go, oh, if that was me, I would do this, or I would say that, or this is how it would have went, because I don't even, Or if you're emotional, oh my God, I would have just broke down and cried, like I don't think I could have handled, the intensity, whatever. You don't know how you're really going to react in a situation until you're in that situation. But this past month at least, I've seen people for who they really are. I've seen people for they don't even know who they are, and I see it, and it's kind of hard when you see something in someone they don't see in themselves, be it good or bad. It's hard because I do have a conversation with that person. Like they're gonna feel like you're being judgmental, or depending on where they're at in their mental state, they may take it to a whole different extremity and just fall apart, depressed. So you have to be very careful when you can see things in people that they don't may not see in themselves. You have to be very delicate and careful with that. And I'm learning that. But this past month alone has really shown me people's true mind and true heart. And it's alarming, to see past the flesh, to see past the words, sometimes to even see past the actions and to see the true person. Like it's really it's wow. It's breathtaking. And I got to see that this past month, and I'm happy because I always pray for clarity. I always pray for God to help me see things clearly the way they are. So, since I'm always praying to see things the way they are, and I finally saw it the way it is, I'm not upset. I'm human, so I could say it's a little bit hurt. But at the end, it's more of a thank you, you know. So now I know. I didn't know, or I did know, but I wasn't 100% sure. But now I know, now I'm 100% sure. So that was definitely an experience that I'm thankful for. Like I said, I'm human. So it did hurt. But it's not as dramatic as I used to make things before. So I'm thankful for that. Any hurt that I have, God always twisted it, changes it, wrings it out, and brings it to something delightful and beautiful. That's what God does. So, you know, I'm human. It's going to cross my mind. I'm going to be pissed and disgusted and angry and sad and back to being mad and smile about it. I'm going to go through these emotions because they're human emotions and I'm human. But I'm definitely going to still keep praying and still asking for the clarity. What I've learned is when you ask God for something, He gives you the situation to exhibit what you've asked for. So when you ask for patience, He's going to give you some impatient situations to deal with. And it's going to be funny. When ask to see things clearly, you're going to see things that you may not want to see. So everything isn't always peaches and cream, but nonetheless, even if it's sour, it's still a taste. It's still something you can taste. And it's still good to be able to taste something because it can always be worse. So, yeah, that was my experience today. Seeing someone out of what I thought they were. And poor baby, they don't even know it. They don't even know. The devil uses people. And I remember, I believe I said that in my first video, that sometimes they have no clue. They come for you. They don't even know that they've been sent by someone. You have to be careful with your spirits, my love. You have to be careful with yourselves. Sometimes you're being used and you don't even know it. You have to be very careful. Try your best to build a close relationship with God. Try your best to build a close relationship with yourself. And, examine who you are, who you don't want to be, and who you do want to be. And build that strong, solid, healthy relationship with God so you can have a healthy relationship with yourself and others. The devil will use anybody. You got to pray. You got to be careful. You got to be on point, son. You got to be ready at all times. Like, the thing I can say is that street mentality definitely helps me in spiritual warfare because you got to be ready. Like, it's not even a game. You got to be ready. You just never know who, what, when, where, why, how. You never know. So you have to be equipped. You got to be ready. Like, with me, I'm not very good when it comes to the word, like the Bible. I don't know every single verse verbatim, like exactly which book it's in, what chapter or what verse. I can paraphrase. I remember the meaning of that verse or verses, so therefore I'll be able to summarize and paraphrase. But unfortunately, I won't be able to go, oh, you can find this at, this book, this chapter, this verse. And I want to get better at that. I do. So I can be fully prepared because you got to be ready, yo. Like, it's getting real out here in this world. In the flesh and spiritual, it's getting real out here. People doing crazy things, people saying crazy things. It's, man, listen, there's kids that got to be raised in this world. Kids are getting kidnapped left and right. I mean, from little babies to 16, 17-year-olds. Like, what the heck? It's real. You got to be ready, son. You are getting used. You may not know you're getting used. Close that window. Don't let him in. You know what I'm saying? The devil busy. He looking for somebody to just creep up into. And vice versa. You may not be the person that's getting used to hurt someone, but you may be getting hurt. Close that window too. Let them know, yo, real talk, you may not be a spiritual person, but I really feel like, this is a lot of negative, or the devil may be using you. So we're going to have to figure out this gap. Whatever you choose to do with your spiritual life, that's your personal business. But I know where I'm trying to go spiritually, and I can't have that. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck, because that person you might have to cut off might be the closest person to you. But if y'all don't have that understanding, if you can't pray with someone and you guys are both praying to God and both believe in Jesus that He died for you, if you guys can't do that with each other, there's a spiritual disconnect. That's not good. You can always attempt. Would you like to pray with me? Would you like to go to church? You want to read some Bible verses? Which, have some of those conversations, but you can't force it. Spiritual disconnect is real. Be careful. Pray for yourself, pray for one another, love yourself, love one another. And I wanted to share my experience today. And I really hope that whenever I post anything, be it just words or a video, that it does touch someone and it affects someone. Whether you like the video, whether you repost it or not, I really hope that it affects you. That's not 100% the reason why I'm doing it, but it's also not the reason why I'm not. So just wanted to share my experience. You all have a blessed and lovely evening. Deuces.